Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. We have 2 accounts worth of summoning to do today. It is 2x Void Weekend. On the main account here, we are going to be targeting the 3,000 points to pick up that legendary tome. We also have quite a lot of soul stones to summon as well. I think it's been a while actually since I did the last summoning video on this account. So we've, between doing 3 modes of Hydra, we are now downing Nightmare on a weekly basis. So that's double chests across the board. Plus, I still do Iron Twins every day. And to be honest, I might actually stop. I did actually get the 4-star Candrathon soul pop up in my shop, and it wasn't today. But I came to the conclusion that the only way I could get enough essence was pretty much to use the entirety of my coins. So if we actually go here and say, well, if I needed to buy, I think I needed about 220 or something at the time. That's like 11,000 coins. So for me to get one tier 4 is basically, how long have we had Iron Twins now? Like, it's been a while, and I've been grinding it constantly. And I would only end up with 1 champion to tier 4. And I felt so disgusted. I just didn't buy it. I haven't done anything still with the coins. I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. But it does make this whole shop mechanic, once you've got, say, past 2-star in the legendary, it's just too expensive. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, 3 stars kind of okay, but 4-star, 5-star, and 6-star are just insane. I don't get it. I really don't. It just kind of beggars belief. I think they really need to look at the Iron Twins drop rate, or they need to look at the shop prices, because once you get these numbers up to like 120 and 300 per champion, and if you think how many champions we actually have in our roster nowadays, like how many of these champions do I want to get through to decent star awakenings? What do I have to farm for like a year per champion to 6 stars? So if I wanted to get, say, my full tag team arena roster, even just the initial teams without the swaps, those 12 champions, what am I going to have to grind for 12 years to do it? Like, it doesn't make sense. They need to change something. We thought maybe they'd add more ways of us getting the essences. Maybe it could be allow us to exchange these gold bars when we got a max, the gold medals rather, when we got a maxed Great Hall. I don't really care what it is, but the way it works right now, it just doesn't work. And it really made me feel very deflated in a week where already feeling quite deflated with the brimstone changes and the blessing changes. It just feels like death by 1,000 cuts right now. I've made my opinions perfectly clear on Gear Ascension. I think it's complete trash the way they've implemented that. And I mentioned, I think, in that video that really over the last calendar year, there's been so many questionable introductions and mechanics. And I don't know. I'm not feeling particularly positive in the game right now, which is not ideal given I'm now currently running 2 accounts. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe some of the new dungeon bosses that have been leaked, maybe they'll be interesting, but I'm not confident, to be honest. In any case, we've got 3,000 points to go. It should be, on average, 29 void shards. We have quite a healthy stockpile of shards right now. I will throw up a graphic that will give the analysis of the shards over the period since the last 2x, which I also did in the last 2x video. So I do invite you to go back and watch that one if you are interested to see how my shard stockpile is evolving over time and where we're using the shards between each 2x Void weekend. Interestingly enough, this is actually 7 weeks after the last 2x Void. I think at the beginning of the year, because they did that end of year, New Year kind of event where they gave us consecutive 2x's over a given weekend, they kind of shifted or reset the cycle of the calendar. So we've ended up with a 7-week cycle since last 2x Void instead of the usual 6-week kind of iteration. So during that time, I've actually barely summoned any shards. I noticed I summoned, 30 voids during the last 2x. I summoned 39 ancients during the 2x ancient during Pythian fusion. And I summoned 4 sacreds during the 10x summon rush during Pythian Fragment Fusion. And that's it. I haven't actually summoned anything else. I've avoided all of the guaranteeds since Elva, and there's been nothing interesting to do. So this kind of irony is that they're not actually producing events that encourage me to summon. So I don't know. It's the whole thing's a bit perverse, really. But anyway, suffice to say, that's all we've summoned. So we're net shard positive over the last 7 weeks. And we're gonna summon some shards now. So let's do the first 10 pull. Like I said, we want 3,000 shards. We're probably gonna end up having to do a few mystery shards anyway over the weekend. Funnily enough, this epic right here, Akentum, is the epic that I would quite like on the challenge account. Ideally, on the challenge account, I really want to get obviously a Cold Heart because she's fantastic. Like this set of pull would be perfect for me on the free to play challenge account. I would ideally get a Cold Heart and one of the new epics, either like a Skrank or a Chemtum or a Skimfoss. Really, I just want one of the newer epics that I haven't really used on my main account previously, and I think would be quite interesting for content. So that's kind of where my mind is with all of this. But we'll see. I didn't actually pay attention to what points we got, but I think I've worked it out. If I remember correctly, the value for a rare and the value for an epic. So we'll see on the second turn ball. Reliquary Tender, Cold Heart, both great on the challenge account. I would like any of these. And then another 1100 here. Another 2 epics on that. So we need 800 more. So we'll go and do those one at a time. Should be around 8 shards is what we'd be expecting. 50 points. Another 50 points. I mean, on this account, to be honest, I have most of the epics. Again, only the new ones I don't have. And really, it's gold that's going to be impactful at this point. I think it's been a while, actually, since I last pulled a Void Legendary. I think it was Jingwon was the last one. A few 2x's ago. Alright, so that's another, where's that? 5 rares in a row, 6 rares. We're not doing well, we still need 500 points. Really need to pull an epic out of the bag here, there we go. Right on cue. So we have 150 points. I'm going to leave that for now. I think that is sufficient. We'll be close enough. I'll probably end up doing some mystery shards anyway. And then if I need to do a solitary top up on... let's wait for this to update, actually. There we go. It has now updated. And in retrospect, actually, let's go and just summon 1 or 2 more. Almost did an accidental 10 pull there. There we go, another epic. And it's another copy of Seer. Anyway, we've managed, therefore, to get what we needed to do. It took us, how many? 28 shards. So we were one shard less than the kind of expected number. That's not too bad at all. We've got quite a lot of these to do, and I'm not going to make this video boring, so let's just expand this a bit. That'll do for now. And let's just jump in and see if we get lucky with some soul shards. Agebreaker, not a good epic. Ultimate Gaelic, also just not really that good anymore. And none of that's going to get used, let's be honest. It does make me think that almost to make this whole blessing system more interesting, that if you pull multiple copies of the same champion, you should be able to kind of fuse those to rank them up or to increase the level in some way. I don't know, like the way it currently works just isn't very interesting because the chances of actually pulling a high level blessing for a champion you want even with the wish list, like, is so low. I mean, like, what can you do? Like, say there's two-star Cold Heart. Well, my actual Cold Heart's already higher than 2-star anyway. So all I can do is sell this for a nominal amount of coins that's worth so little in terms of getting the split soul. I can't like use this specifically to kind of generate a split soul in any way. And like, can't I just save multiple copies of Cold Heart and then like combine them all together? Like, even if it takes, multiple copies of the stars to get to forge like the split soul. I don't really care what exactly it is, but the way it currently works just doesn't work, basically. That said, my actual Cold Heart was only 1-star, so we can actually awaken her to another level. And we can awaken Taragi. Right, there we go. We have enough space for the final 30. See if we get anything good. Not really, is the answer. Do another. Quickly click through this. Crackers. That would actually be, I believe this new epic's actually quite decent. I don't think I actually have a copy of him, and 5-star Blessing obviously would be pretty good. But I don't have him built anyway, even if I have him. And legendary Drokul, who desperately needs a buff. So we didn't really get anything. To be honest, we're continuing to tot up this tier 2 soul coin, which, as I've said, is kind of rubbish. I'm tempted at this point just to buy the Immortal Soul Stones with them because I just find the shop so utterly disgraceful in terms of its pricing. Anyway, that is all we needed to do on the main account. We have done the champion chase. We've got the legendary tome that we wanted. And yeah, that's that. Let me relog in onto the challenge account, and the most important summons of all will take place there. Back in a second. Right then. I've been putting this off, to be honest. We don't quite have enough for a 10 pull. We only have 9 shards. I've been putting this off because I don't expect to get anything good. And at the moment, whilst the shards are there, we have the potential for greatness rather than the realization of disappointment. That's generally how I approach summoning in this game, like all the time. That's my secret to saving shards. Is I expect if I pull them, I'm just going to be disappointed, so I just put off the disappointment for as long as possible. Anyway, we desperately need to pull some shards because we're really short on champions. We do have the Prime Gaming drop, so we can get the Gembo at the end of these shards, so at least we know we're going to be getting an epic that's going to be impactful for the account. It's not a clan boss style champion that we really desperately need, and that champion that I pulled on the main account just a few minutes ago is exactly the one that I think would work well for us. Anyway, let's just jump into it. Delayed it long enough. Is it a Cold Heart? No, it isn't. Not the worst champion in the game, not used very often, but this is actually quite impactful. So I expect we will end up actually using Stitch Beast. Not a particularly loved champion, as you can see by the ratings, but we're gonna give it a go. Go on, is this gonna be a Cold Heart? I'd like to get at least one epic. I mean, realistically, the chances are I don't expect one epic, but I would hope to get one. From the rares, Cold Heart, Reliquary Tender, Painkeeper, Renegade, these are the ones that I'd be hoping to get. I don't think Draconis does that much for me, unfortunately. So we really need something a bit better, something a bit more impactful. And Scrapper is not that champion. So far, this is not going well. Another rare, and yeah, Skirmisher is also not a particularly good champion. So far, this is pretty pretty poor. And it keeps getting worse. 4 shards left. It is epic. Not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. We do have a debuff spread. I don't really actually have any debuffs worth spreading currently, other than Brimstone until it's patched. So, at least there's that. Right, 3 more shards. Definitely need something a little bit more impactful. And Rage Monger is not that champion as well. Does give us a HP burn, interestingly enough, but not at 100%. Like, what is the point of this ability? Like, why bother? Even when booked, it's not even 100%. And you've got... I mean, this is better, but it's only the small poison. Like, I don't get it when they build champions like Coldheart. How do you build other champions that are as bad as this that literally have no good ability? Whereas Coldheart, you could say, has 3 good abilities. What have we got? Yeah. Last shard. Yeah. What can you say? Well, we're not in a good place. Is the answer. So for our troubles, we really have pulled not great champions. We didn't get any of the really good rares. No Reliquary Tender, who would have been massive because I really struggle with full team cleanse. That would have been amazing in terms of beating Nether Spider. We didn't get Coldheart. We didn't get Bellower. Didn't get Renegade. Didn't get Banekeeper. Those are the ones that come to mind. And of the epics, Harken's not the worst, but yeah, not great either. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's just summon these last Soul Stones. We only got 5 of them. And obviously, just to taunt us, we get a Paper Soul. And another epic. Here's all the epics coming out in the Soul Stones rather than the shards. I did say we'd most likely only get 1 epic from the Voids. I was hoping we'd get at least like 1 decent rare or 1 like champion that was really going to be impactful and would give me a champion to build and kind of progress within the game. But it wasn't to be. That wasn't what happened. What can I say? We can and will get the Genbo promo code going, as at least that will give me a champion that will be impactful. I will probably end up building Genbo next. Yeah, I think Genbo and Frozen Banshee will be the ones I'll take to 6-star during this champion training tournament that's ongoing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save an update video for tomorrow. There's been a few things that have kind of happened within the account that I would like to kind of update everyone on and show the progress there. Sadly, our shards have not been lucky. We did try to increase our chances of getting something good by saving these shards for the 2x. It didn't pay off for us this time, but what can I say? If we hadn't saved them, maybe we would have got something better, but that's just luck. We tried to maximize the odds in our favor, but that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get anything either. Anyway, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.